On you guys, it's your boy Get Hooked TV here, back at it again with another video for you guys. And today I want to review a product that is probably a must-have for many surfcasters out there, and I'm gonna be telling you guys if it's worth it or not. And if you don't have the money, I will be recommending some of the other reels that you could get for a much cheaper price. And so let's get right into it. So here we have the Staal. So here we have the Staal VS150, the newer model X series, as you can see. The lighting. And this reel has been amazing to me. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a backstory. So when I started out surf casting, I was using cheap reels. I didn't actually understand much of them, and it was always devastating when I buy like a $20–25 lure and I cast it out and the bail just flips over or the reel fails on me, and I'm always confused why that's happening. And with a lot of research, I finally realized that it's not really meant for the ocean and all that. And normally I like put my reel in the sand and I start reeling, it starts to grind. And yeah, it could be a really big pain in the butt for that. And so I've been really saving up a lot, like I've been working a lot for this reel, believe it or not, is $750 or $720. I need to remember that. Somewhere in there. So this reel has done so much for me. In the summer, the first time which I used it in the summer was in the Cape Cod Canal, and that was probably one of the craziest experiences I had. And I caught so many fish with this. I dropped it in the rocks, which it's a little bit beat up, but I think it's okay. I put my rod in the water because there's salt water there. Still keeps working. Really smooth drag, and it's just an amazing reel to have. And I probably fought over 40 or 50, 30, 20, 30 or more pound bass on that trip. And it was a 2-day trip, and all night, all morning, all day even. Just non-stop. My arm was so sore after that. And this reel just delivered. And I also got the power knob, which you could get it for like 60, pretty sure. Or yeah, 60. Pretty much it's 60. And it comes with this knob. And for the 150, to be honest, Staal could have probably done better with their knobs, because this knob is really small and it's really uncomfortable for me to use. And some of you guys, like with bigger Staals, probably like it because it's bigger, but this is really small in the 150. Like, you could just see the size difference. It's just insane. And when I fought my first big bass with this, it just started to cramp up my hand. It just started to hurt a lot. So then I decided to save up some more for a new power knob, and it's crazy comfortable. It's so much better looking. It's grippy. And there's a few scratches on my reel, but that's alright. Holds a lot of line, but me personally, I never knew that I was going to experience something like that in the Cape Cod Canal, so I feel like I should have went a size up for more distance, because the Cape Cod Canal, as you guys know, you need 40 minimum pound line, because there's rocks, big fish. And if this reel could hold 40-pound line, but if you cast a really far casting lure like a guppy, basically takes so much of the line off, and basically you're left with like 20% of the line. So definitely this is like for 20 or 30-pound line now in the surf for smaller bass. And this is just a great reel. I'm not even gonna complain. I feel like sometimes it's like if I don't use it for a while, even though it's like oiled, lubricated, it's not really smooth. Like you can see like the handle just doesn't turn after that. And if you're a guy who doesn't really like smooth, who like, I mean, I don't know what I'm saying, but like if you're a guy who likes really smooth reels, I'm not sure if this is the choice for you, but if you're a hardcore surf caster and doesn't care and only cares about performance, and literally this thing could last you your whole life, and if you care about that, then this is definitely the reel for you. And this is it's an X series, beautiful body, the quality on it is just amazing. You got the clickable knob, and then after that, so for the X series, the reason why it's upgraded to the X series is because the click, and then from the clicking it comes to a really smooth close, open, so that means you're about to open your drag knob, not in like the surf where it's like you can't feel it and you don't know when it's gonna pop out. Here's the inside, and where the drag is, really nice and loud, smooth drag, just amazing. And if you guys want to like a reel like this, but you're gonna literally like stay at the Cape Cod Canal and target just massive bass, I recommend you to go above a 200, like a 200, 250, or even a 275. 275 is probably large, but it still gets the job done. Issues, I haven't had really much, but the only thing I've been experiencing is if I'm holding my rod against like this and I'm reeling it in fast, this line roller and like that whole piece just hits my knuckle just like that, and it's just painful. Like that's the one thing I've been realizing. I'm not sure if they accidentally made it too close to the thing, or I don't know. And another thing I've been having some issues with, so if you're a guy who's really experienced with the Van Staal, because this is only like not even my first year with this reel, please let me know in the comments to tell me how to fix this. Another issue I've been realizing is how close the handle is to the line roller. And if you crank it harder, that handle gets closer to the line bail, and I'm reeling in fast, it starts making a click, and I realize that it's the line roller hitting this, which is pretty much damaging this corner. Like it's been chipping off a lot of metal off of that. But otherwise, that was my only issues. Nothing much with the line. It's just a great reel. And now I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like when you open it up in a box. When you open the box up first, it comes in with this really nice bag of Van Staal. I'm pretty sure it's like suede or like some kind of a cloth material inside, so to keep your Van Staal really nice. This is the VS. Well, you can't really see it, but VS, it could hold up to 360 yards of 12-pound monofilament. For braided, it could hold up to 440 yards of 30-pound. I'm pretty much guessing it's going to hold up to 350 with a 40-pound, and if you're in the Cape Cod, you might want to hold a little more, bigger. 12 ounces, which is fairly light for the reel, but then once you get a size higher, it's going to drastically go up in size. And then it goes up to machine T6 aluminum, which is a great quality. And spool diameter 2.255 inches and 30 inches per crank. So when you open up the box, it's going to come in with this at the top. It's like a card for the Van Staal. And then it's going to show you some warranty information about the reel. And then And here is where you will open up. It's really tightly packed, unlike a Shimano Stella. It's just like a cardboard box, and it's just in its case like this. Of course, it has a nicer case than this, but still, you want really good packaging on your $1,000 Stella, and they don't really deliver that. But it actually says the price in the back. It's $740, and basically, you open it up. And it's really, really tightly packed, and something that's been like carved out specially for the size of the reel. Let me see if I could get that in. Yeah. And with the normal hand, you take the knob, the handle's taken off, it's placed over here, and you could just see how perfectly the reel fits in there. In my opinion, this is probably one of the best packaging for a very expensive reel, in my opinion. It's just amazing packaging. Couldn't have done better. And this reel is mainly for the surf, so if you want to fish for some freshwater stuff, don't really recommend it. So now we're gonna go over some stuff that you might want on a lower budget. Say you don't have the $740 and you're just starting out and you don't want to go too seriously at first, because some point in your life you're just going to tell yourself, I want a Van Staal, I want a Stella, I want a Saltiga, I want a Z-Bass. Z-Bass is probably one of the more advanced, but not like a very trusted reel. Like Z-Basses have a lot of issues, but meanwhile Van Staal has been out for much, much longer than a Z-Bass. So, it's a difference between a Van Staal and a Z-Bass. And reels I recommend, like my number one pick